After a 13-27 season, the Chicago Sky have decided to fire Reese Witherspoon. In the words of Vince McMahon, "You're fired!"
Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed face of women's basketball, goes nuts after total chaos hits Chicago Sky because this so-called girl was supposed to be a season of hope turned into a train wreck so wild even the most loyal fans couldn't look away. A 13-27 record and broken team chemistry for a city that loves its sports. This wasn't just a loss, it was a gut punch.
Players and other teams say I wish we drafted you.
Really?
Yes. Like teams that have drafted that were above me, that the players that got drafted above, and it was nothing against their rookies that got drafted, but they were like, I wish we were teammates. I wish we drafted you.
Teresa Weatherspoon, WNBA legend, was supposed to be the one to rebuild this broken franchise, the one who would finally give Chicago a reason to believe again. Yet instead of inspiring a turnaround, her leadership lit all the wrong fires, fueling locker room drama and questionable coaching decisions. And then there was Reese. Her on-court antics and off-court bravado left fans torn between rooting for her and shaking their heads and frustration.
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
Reese boldly claimed in an interview that in 20 years people would look back at her as one of the reasons women's basketball gained more attention. This isn't just a story of stats and scores, it's about a fan base left in the wreckage of shattered dreams, wondering where it all went so wrong.
Now, Marina Mabrey, she's already flown the coop on this team, and it was quote-unquote because of culture. Well, what happened to the culture? Who torched the culture? Who's selfish on the team that would cause the culture to melt down?
Reese's off-court antics didn't help matters. On her podcast, she claimed that several teams who passed on her in the WNBA draft had called to express regret, a statement that was met with widespread skepticism during a game. Her controversial flagrant fall on Caitlin Clark became another lightning rod for criticism. Reese defended the fall as a play on the ball and even insinuated that Clark received special treatment from referees, but video evidence told a different story. Fans on social media were quick to call out her excuses, labeling them embarrassing deflections and pointing to her behavior as a major reason for the team's lack of chemistry.
And Tyler Marsh did the press conference. He talked about Angel Reese. He talked about Cardoso, who I think is going to be a star in the WNBA. But he did not really mention Kennedy Carter at all, and that raised a lot of eyebrows.
The Chicago Sky are unraveling faster than their 13-27 record suggests. A team that once promised greatness is now drowning in dysfunction. At the center of the chaos is Angel Reese, whose presence has reportedly turned the locker room into a battlefield. Leadership vanished, culture reduced to ashes, and their best shooter Kennedy Carter, she's already scouting new teams, scoring 17.5 points per game last season, but now seemingly more interested in Twitter polls than playbooks.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that."
One veteran player even commented anonymously that it was obvious who Weatherspoon was trying to please, and it wasn't the team. Young stars like Camila Cardoso struggled to find consistent roles, and their potential was largely overlooked, signaling that Reese's individual stats seemed more important than the team's overall success. The dysfunction within the team hit new levels when the Sky traded Marina M. midseason. MB, known for her shooting and defensive skills, was sent to the Connecticut Sun under mysterious circumstances. Although M. avoided criticizing the Sky directly, her praise for the Sun's professional environment spoke volumes. She emphasized how players in Connecticut could focus solely on basketball, an apparent dig at the chaos she left behind in Chicago.
Chicago Sky franchise has been an absolute dumpster fire since winning the WNBA championship in 2021. Let's go through some of the names that have left. James Wade, who was the coach and GM, left in the middle of the season last year to go to the NBA.
Exit interviews with players painted a grim picture of the season. Veterans doubted Weatherspoon's leadership, while younger players expressed frustration with the lack of clarity and direction. Basic team principles, such as maintaining on-court discipline, were often absent by the time the season ended. The fractures within the locker room were impossible to ignore now, with Weatherspoon out as head coach. The Sky are left to pick up the pieces of a disastrous season. Whether Angel Reese will remain part of their plans is uncertain for now. Her tenure in Chicago serves as a cautionary tale about what happens when individual ambition overshadows team unity. Instead of a fresh start, the Sky got total chaos, with Reese standing front and center in the wreckage.
Candace Parker, Emma Messman, Courtney Vandersloot, Allie Quigley, Clea Copper was traded, Azura Stevens. And then this year, after drafting Cardozo and Reese, they were competing for a playoff spot and traded Marina Mabrey, their veteran, before the Olympic break.
Carter, the Sky leading scorer and a restricted free agent come January, didn't mince words on social media. She posted, "Y'all be coaches and GMS anyways. Let's see what you think," inviting fans to decide where she should play next. Subtle, the backlash was immediate. Some fans sided with her, blaming Chicago's toxic leadership, while others mocked her for airing dirty laundry like it was an episode of Real Housewives WNBA edition. But Carter isn't the only one out. Marina Ma averaged 4 points per game last season, but bolted mid-season, citing culture issues. Candace Parker, the team's former superstar, didn't even stick around after their championship win in 2021, opting for greener pastures in Las Vegas. And what about Teresa Weatherspoon? She didn't even last one season as head coach, reportedly losing the locker room by catering to a select few players. Now it's Tyler Marsh's turn to clean up this mess. In his recent press conference, Marsh name-dropped Angel Reese, hyping her potential, and praised Aaliyah Boston lookalike Cardoso, a budding star. But when it came to Carter, crickets his vague statement calling her a huge catalyst for last year's success, but refusing to commit to her future wasn't exactly reassuring.
However, new Sky coach Tyler Marsh was asked about whether he sees Kennedy Carter in the big part of what he's doing in the future during an appearance on the Athletic women's basketball show. Quote, "In regards to Kennedy, she's a great player. She was a huge catalyst to what last year's team was able to do and accomplish, and obviously she's slated to be a free agent."
Reese, meanwhile, isn't helping matters, while her stats averaging 16, 8 points and 6 rebounds per game show she's a force on the court. Her alleged role in locker room tension is hard to ignore. Whispers of favoritism have only deepened the fractures, leaving teammates questioning if the Sky are prioritizing talent over team cohesion. It's clear the Chicago Sky are stuck in free fall. Marsh's refusal to address the Carter situation directly only fuels speculation that the team is ready to cut ties with its most productive player. But if Carter is indeed part of the problem, as her history with previous team suggests, it's hard to tell whether the Sky are rebuilding around talent or just bracing for another implosion.
But the focus thus far has been on players who we know are under contract this coming year, and that's where the communication has been thus far.
The real kicker, all this drama comes just a year after the Sky made a playoff push. Fast forward, and they're now a case study in how not to run a franchise. Reese may not be solely responsible for the meltdown, but her rise in a fractured system isn't winning her any popularity contests. So where does this mess end? Does Marsh clean the house and rebuild from scratch? Does Carter leave, making the Sky even more irrelevant? Or does this saga continue to entertain fans for all the wrong reasons? One thing's for sure, Chicago Sky culture has officially entered meme territory.
And I can't help but wonder, is that what happened here? Is Angel Reese and the way she wants to play, and I don't know if you've ever noticed her social media posts, but she's very me, always. I, me.
The Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever represent two contrasting tales in the WNBA, one of dysfunction and decline, the other of unity and resurgence. The Sky, once a championship-winning team, have struggled to maintain their identity due to poor leadership and internal discord. Teresa Weatherspoon's chaotic tenure as head coach left the team fractured, and the addition of Angel Reese, though talented, brought polarizing behavior that further deepened the cracks for the Sky. The question remains, can they rebuild their team culture and regain their championship grit, or will they continue to spiral?
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
Leadership issues and favoritism have eroded the Sky Foundation, creating an environment that prioritizes individual drama over team cohesion. Tyler Marsh's appointment as the new head coach provides a glimmer of hope as he aims to instill discipline and teamwork. However, the challenge lies in whether the players, particularly Reese, can adopt a team-first mentality without unity and accountability. The Sky risk alienating their fan base and falling further behind in a league that demands excellence, both on and off the court. In stark contrast, the Indiana Fever have emerged as a beacon of what strong leadership and clear vision can achieve. After years of mediocrity, the Fever have rebuilt their team culture from the ground up. President Kelly Cove, general manager Amber Cox, and head coach Stephanie White have created an environment rooted in transparency, discipline, and collaboration. Their leadership goes beyond roster decisions. They've cultivated a system where every player feels empowered and valued.
Obviously, the players here are very experienced and they want to keep a good environment, and they make sure that they kind of like hold people accountable for that. So.
Central to the Fever's success is Caitlin Clark, whose record-shattering rookie season redefined expectations for the team in the league. Clark is not just a talented player, but also a transformative leader who elevates her teammates with her competitive spirit and relentless support. She has seamlessly integrated into a team that also boasts stars like Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Kelsey Mitchell. Together, they've created a balance of individual brilliance and collective cohesion that has made Indiana a coveted destination for free agents. The Fever's rise serves as a blueprint for success, while the Sky's struggles highlight the consequences of poor leadership and unchecked drama. As the WNBA continues to grow in talent and visibility, these two narratives provide a compelling study in contrasts. For the Sky, redemption requires rebuilding trust and prioritizing unity. For the Fever, their steady rise signals the dawn of a new dynasty. One thing is certain: the league, its fans, and its players are watching closely as these teams' journeys will shape the future of women's basketball.